So let's go on to deal with the first three chapters, because it's very important, because when we look at the first three chapters, there's a reason why the church is mentioned, or what they call the church, when the Greek, the ecclesia, is being mentioned, okay? So let's get into this really quick here. So now let's look at the reason why the church is mentioned in the first three chapters. Revelation 1:11 says, and I'm reading the NLT, it says, it said, write in a book everything you see and send it to the 7 churches in the cities of Ephesus, Smyrna, Pergamum, Thyatira, Sardis, Philadelphia, Laodicea. Okay? So it's already in chapter number 1 setting the stage for why the churches are mentioned 19 times. Because these are letters being sent to leaders. That word angel means messenger, right? These messengers, these letters are being sent to the messenger by John, who's an Israelite, sending a message to all of these assemblies that are set up in these different sectors. Okay? So we see that the foundation is building. The reason why the church is mentioned the first 3 times, the first 19 times in the first 3 chapters, is because he's establishing his issues with the church. Verse 7. Anyone with ears to hear must listen to the Ruach and understand what he is saying to the assemblies. Anyone who has an ear, not a carnal ear, but a spiritual ear, which means there are people among you that don't have spiritual ears. So those who are mature need to interpret what these letters are saying, which means everybody ain't a teacher, which means everybody can interpret what these letters say, because this is very vital and important. Verse number 8, it says, write this letter to the angel of the assembly, or the messenger of the assembly in Smyrna. This is the message from the one who is the first and the last, who is dead and now live. Who is that talking about? Right. This letter is talking about Yeshua, or this is talking about Yeshua. He's the one has the issue with the assemblies. Revelation 2:17. Anyone who has an ear, he keeps saying that. Even when you read this first 3 chapters, when he's talking about these assemblies, anyone that has an ear, any one of you. Which means that you just can't depend on leadership for your revelation. Anyone who has an ear. That these letters are being written to leadership, but it's inclusive to the whole body. Yeah. Which means the leader has to read and say, listen, y'all need to pay attention to what the Ruach is saying in the time in which we're in. Because he's going to pour out his spirit upon male and female, sons and daughters. Right. That means even y'all have to be on one accord with everybody, with the body. Because it's coming a point in time where even leadership may be shaken. And you can't have that as an excuse. That's why it goes right back to studying the church of some group. Anybody who has an ear within the assembly, anyone, male and female. So that means we can't just push this to the side. Right. Because the Ruach is going to be poured out upon them too in the last days. Because even men, male gender will become wicked, subject to it. So the body consists of all of us. Say your sons and your daughters, even the children. All right? So let's read. It says here, and understand, we read verse 17, and understand what he is saying to the assemblies. To everyone who is victorious, I will give some of the manna that has been hidden away in the Shamayim, in the heavens. To the one that is victorious, meaning the one who overcame. I'm going to give you something that those who did not overcome, even though they made it, they still didn't overcome. Which means you start talking, now you start getting into different revelation being poured out and given to people who are more faithful. That's why it's very important to understand that faithfulness, the Most High ain't no respect of a person, but he respects faithfulness.
Yeah, he do.
He ain't no respect of a person at all. Everybody can get it when they come to him. But when you talk about faithful, being faithful to him, he's definitely going to show up on your behalf. Look what it says here. To everyone that's victorious, I will give the manna that has been hidden away in the heavens. And I will give to each one a white stone, and on the stone will be engraved a new name that no one understands except the one who receives it. So Hebrew ain't going to help you.
Come on.
They ain't going to help. Greek ain't going to help you either. Paleo, modern, Yiddish, English. There's no language going to help you. None. So if you want to go down to the people downtown and change your name to a Hebrew name, that's fine. You do that. That ain't going to help you get in. Because this stone that is given directly from Hamashiach. He's giving it directly to you. And then he's going to write a new name.
Hallelujah.
Which means that even the people standing around you ain't going to even know that name. He's giving you, I would rather have my name given by Hamashiach than anything. Or any earthly thing. Here's what he says here. He says, and on the stone it will be engraved a new name that no one understands except the one who receives it. Write this letter to the messengers of the assembly in Thyatira. He's going down a list of these churches and he's pointing out issues that he have and the things that he like about it. But each one of these churches got an issue.
Right.
Some of them ain't got a love problem, but they gifted. They got all the gifts in the assembly, but they don't even love each other. That's what the church Corinth problem was. Look what it says. This is the message from the Son of Yah, whose eyes are like flames of fire, whose feet are like polished bronze. Verse 23. I will strike her children dead. Then all the churches will know that I am the one who searches out the thoughts and intentions of every person. That's why my prayer for the body, Father, change their hearts. Don't let your heart become dark. He's searching. His eyes is roaming and looking. You can put on the front and the outside, but your heart is what he's looking at. And he's looking at your intentions. That's why I say every good and bad thing should be brought into judgment. Did you do something good with the wrong motive? Be judged for that. Look at what it says here. I will strike her children dead. Then, notice, it wasn't until all the children of Egypt would die before Pharaoh gave Israel up. So what he's doing? No respect of person. I'm going to kill your children too. And all y'all gonna know that I am the Most High. And he's not playing. This is why he's mentioning all these assemblies in the first 3 chapters. Then all the churches or all the assemblies will know that I am the one who searches out the thoughts and intentions of every person, and I will give to each of you whatever you deserve. Verse 29. Anyone with ears to hear must listen to the Ruach and understand what he is saying to the assemblies. Don't just hear, get understand.
Right.
A whole lot of people, they just show up and they hear, no understand. No understand. Zero understand. This, I mean, just. I don't know. Revelation chapter number 3. We're going to read a couple of these. We're going to get into some more meat. Okay. It says here. So verse number 1, the church of Sardis. This is the message from the one who has the 7-fold spirit of Yah and the 7 stars. I know all the things you do, and that you have a reputation of being alive, but you are dead. You got a reputation of looking like like you got great worship.
Come on.
You dead.
Wow.
Full of dead man bones. He said the church not mentioned in chapter 4 through chapter 19. Then when you get to the end of the chapter, the last few chapters, the church is victorious. You know why? Because the church caught hell going through, and those who made it through the fire was victorious. Not everybody.
Come on.
Oh, the first 3 churches mentioned, he just glossed over that like it was a good thing. No. Yeshua got major issues. You say y'all represent me? You say you represent me, and you say you got the truth, and you say you are the church. You are this. That's Christian and Hebrew. Everybody's saying it. And Yeshua looking like, I got a problem with that one. I got a problem with that one. I got a problem with that one. They look good. They dress good. They dress like Hebrews. They look good. Out of garments on. They over here, they worship. All them Christians, they just worship great. They got the great voices, the best singers, and everything. But I still got a problem with that church. I got a problem with that church. I got a problem with that Hebrew congregation. I got a problem with that. And when it come down to judgment, you know what he gonna do? He ain't gonna say Hebrew step over there, Christian step over there. He gonna say, you know what? Get in one single file line, because I'm gonna slay all of you.
Come on.
I ain't got no line for no Baptists. I don't have no line for non-Messianics. I don't have no line for Messianics. I don't have no line for nothing. I got a line for goats. I got a line for goats. He said, dude, look, he said, I got a problem. He said, you see, to the naked eye, to the person with a carnal eye, you look, and not only that, because of what you did, because you look good, you drew in a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you deceived them. But I know, because I made you. I know your thoughts. I know your heart. I know what you do when you ain't at this simple. So you got a good reputation. Verse number 4. Yet there are some in the church of Sardis who have not soiled their clothes with evil. He said, it's still some. I'm going to spare a little sprinkling of the ones who are amongst all the wicked. I'm going to spare them. He said some of them, they haven't drenched their clothes with evil. So I'm going to spare them. But the majority of y'all at Sardis, I'm going to take all of you out. So guess what he did? He preserved the righteous in the midst of the wicked.
Yes.
He didn't take them out. He preserved them in it. No different than preserving them in the lion's den. He preserved Lot in the midst of Sodom. And then he took them out to destroy the people. Because the people could have actually overrun his house. But the Most High sent protection in the midst of Sodom. Verse number 6. Anyone with ears to hear must listen to the Ruach and understand what he is saying to the assemblies. Write this letter to the angel of the church in Philadelphia. This is the message from the one who is holy. They make sure that these letters make sure that you ain't confused with who writing this and who it's coming from. It's coming from the top dog.
Yes, sir.
This ain't a supervisor here. Yeah, they're talking from HR.
Yes, sir.
He ain't playing.
Go through quick with HR.
He said, this is the message from the one who is holy and true, the one who has the key of David. What he opens, no one can close.
Hallelujah.
And what he closes, no one can open.
All right.
I hope y'all really get this in your ruach and understand that can't nobody save you but him. Ain't nothing gonna save you but him. It's his protection, not walls and fences.
Come on.
Right.
Come on.
It's his protection that's keeping you.
Right.
It ain't your cameras on your house.
Come on.
Right. Just see.
Come on,
It
sir.
ain't your 9 or your AK. It ain't none M16. It ain't none of that.
None.
Because he got something for the person before they even get to your house.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
It's folks that have on their way to your house and died.
Right. In the middle of coming.
A car wreck. Went off the road. On your way to your house. They've been plotting and casing out and stuff and been watching you. And the Most High had something for them before they got it.
Hallelujah.
And you didn't even know it.
You didn't even
You
know.
didn't even hear about it. Until next time, brothers and sisters, thank you all for tuning in. I will see you this Saturday, 740. The address is 740 North Glynn Street, Suite F in Fayetteville, Georgia, 30214. If you want to reach us by email, you can email us at BOOMCHURCH, I as in Indiana, N as in Nancy, T as in Tom, that's BOOMCHURCHINT @gmail.com. We have Bible study at 9:30 a.m. on Saturdays, and our worship service starts at 11 a.m. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BOOMCHURCH or youtube.com/itsmajors1. That's It's Majors with an S and the number 1. Until next time, shalom.
Don't you know we have the fear?